Rain is a good thing.
Hello and happy day. Welcome to New Age Custom Farming. If you're new here, we are a custom farming operation in Wisconsin. We do cash crops, harvest custom forages for dairy farms, cattle, all the things. And Avery and one of his friends actually have a custom application business where they help farmers with their crop protection. And today we are focusing all on that.
Growing a big crop of corn starts with a nice clean field. So what we're working on today is putting down some pre-emerge herbicide called SureStart. Prevents the weeds from growing, so we like a nice clean field. Looks good when all the neighbors are going by, and has good results. So a good looking cornfield usually means a good yield.
So the sprayers are either following or going right in front of the planters, and so they have been busy all spring long spraying while we have all been busy planting, and that's what it's been the last several weeks for us.
Yep. Been a lot of time in my office.
Let's go spend another day in there.
Another day of spraying pre-emerge. So I'm on my way down to the farm right now. I already got my semi loaded up, and I'm gonna head out to the field. Emily moved me last night, so my sprayer is full of fuel, full of DEF, and ready to go. Well, I gotta grease it when it warms up, but heading on to the farm right now. I got the semi loaded with the 32% nitrogen, which I'm spraying down with my pre-emerge herbicide. Right now we're putting out SureStart. It's a residual herbicide that stops the weeds from growing. Stops them in their tracks. Brandon and I, who you've seen very rarely in a couple videos, sometimes he makes an appearance, and Mason have a custom application business called Base Ag. And we New Age hires us, which is my family, hires us to spray all their crops. So along with the New Age's crops, we spray quite a few other guys in the area too, and it's kind of my job in the summer, seeing that I'm doing it all the time anyway. We decided to do it for some other guys too. So we sell crop protection and like foliar feeds and stuff too, and we also apply it. We will apply it in our area. We don't really travel too far, but we'll sell it to guys kind of out of our area once in a while too. So that's kind of what we got going on. And today we're spraying New Age's ground, which I do a lot of days, and we're spraying a pre-emerge herbicide called SureStart, residual herbicide, so it stays active in the soil, stopping weeds from growing just in general. So that's kind of the easiest way to control them, is just to stop them instead of letting them grow up and then killing them, which happens. We'll have to do that for sure, but it's a lot easier to slow them down and stop them before my phone's ringing.
Farmer's always on the phone.
So that was a call because I've got some more nitrogen coming, which is what we're spraying. That's I'll call it our carrier. So instead of water, we're using a liquid nitrogen to fertilize the corn, as well as stopping weeds from growing. So I got another load coming, and he was wondering where to come, so that was the phone call. Brandon's also spraying. We got 2 sprayers rolling on ours today. We got a little bit of rain coming, hopefully today at some point, which the rain is what you need to activate the pre-emerge herbicides. All pre-emerge herbicides need rain to activate them. So we spray them on the top of the soil, and they don't really wash into the soil until they get rained on. Or what we were doing earlier in the season was, when we didn't have a lot of rain coming and we were a little worried about it, I would spray it in front of like a mat drag and the drag would come and incorporate the herbicide and the nitrogen into the soil, so it would activate. Rain is the best way to do it, but that's the second best way to do it. It's better than just letting it lay. So
What does Luke Bryan say?
rain is a good thing. And it makes corn and whiskey. And you know the rest. There's a thing called Corteva Cash. So when you buy Pioneer seed, you get Corteva Cash, which then you can apply towards your Corteva products, purchasing them. So we work with a lot of guys that plant Pioneer seed, so then they can use their Corteva Cash for their SureStart that we apply on their herbicide program. So we like to work with Corteva because they're a name we trust, versus some generics. You're on your own. If something doesn't happen or doesn't work, or you don't have Corteva behind you when you do have a problem, which we very rarely do, but sometimes things happen, and we like to have a name we trust behind them. So, and they're good to work with. Good quality products, just in general. If you're in the local area to southern Wisconsin, get in contact with me and we can get you set up with some SureStart if you want, for sure. You get the SureStart for sure. And otherwise, just I'm pretty sure any Corteva dealer. So right now we're applying 15 gallons an acre of total product because we're on bean stubble right now. So the beans give you a little bit of nitrogen credit, and we're also trying to kill a few of these weeds that are out here. And if you get too high of a rate of nitrogen, it burns the weeds before it can uptake the herbicide. So that's why we kind of lowered our rate here, because we're cleaning up these weeds as well as doing a couple other things. Our general rate, we do a 2-pass spray program. So we spray this pre-emerge, and then we'll come back post-emerge when the corn's, I don't know, 6-8 inches tall, somewhere in there, and do another pass, because we like to do a foliar feed during that pass. So this first application of SureStart, we're running it at 1.5 pints because we're coming back. But you can run it at a higher rate and do a 1-pass program. Like this could be your only pass throughout the whole season. But we like the opportunity to go back through the corn again and do some foliar feeding and just kind of clean up the fields if there's anything else. We just have another opportunity to go fix something in the field if we see fit. We're doing a 2-pass program, so that means we're running it at 1.5 pints an acre of active chemical. That's actually 1.5 pints of SureStart per acre.
So for people who might not know or might not be able to visualize how much a 1.5 pints is, for people who are maybe concerned or just curious about how much actual chemical is applied to the fields, 1.5 pints, so if you know like the little milk cartons you would get at school lunches, that's a 1/2 pint. So there's 3 1/2 pints or 1.5 pints of chemical per acre. So really, in the grand scheme of things, that's a pretty low rate. We are going to be working with Corteva to track the progress of applying this throughout the year and of what our fields all look like. So we will be doing some more updates throughout the growing season, and then obviously at the end of the growing season too. We'll just talk about how our crops have performed and then what our fields look like too at the end of the year, knowing that we've been putting in this work to reduce the amount of weed presence so that our crops have the best opportunity to grow. Corteva is helping to make sure every acre counts, whether your seed is already in the ground or even before. They have different tools to help protect its potential, allowing your crops to show you what they're made of. Crop protection products from Corteva AgriScience gives you the power to fight weeds, diseases, insects, and nematodes while keeping your nitrogen, like we're applying our SureStart with, in the root zone. Corteva has products that fit the way you farm, which gives us the power to effectively control weed presence while maximizing our yield potential. With the help of Corteva, we're able to grow big corn and big beans.
We're battling them all. We're battling grasses and all the broadleaves, water hemp, Palmer amaranth, all of them. Mainly, and some ragweed, for sure.
You have to get the ragweed because I'm allergic to it.
Okay.
That's your number one priority.
Oh, that's what I'm working on. Well, we got the rain shot we were talking about that we needed, so we got a little bit of herbicide activation there, so that's perfect. And the corn got a little drink of water, so we don't ever complain about rain around here. So we got a few more days of pre-emerge herbicide application to wrap up. Hopefully by Sunday we'll be done. It's Thursday now. So that up, and then before you know it, it will be second pass time. So we got a few more Corteva products that we use. Enlist one being one that we talked about on the beans. We're using some of that and a couple other things too. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. But that's going to be it for this video. Keeping the hammer down. So that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.